Hi guys, my name is Deven McBride, and I want to let you know that the lesson that you are about to learn is really important. It was the most important lesson I've ever learned. You see, growing up, kids made fun of me a lot. They called me all kinds of names. They told me that I was stupid and that I was ugly. And the kind of person that I am, I didn't know how to let my feelings out. I didn't know how to tell people that I was upset, and I didn't know what to do with those feelings. And so I just hid them inside. And I took what those mean things that the people said, and I would just eat it and let it sit inside my stomach. And when I started believing little lies, it made it easier for me to believe bigger lies. And then I started telling myself lies, that I talked funny, and that I was so stupid that nobody could ever love me. And then, when kids wanted to start being my friend, when people who wanted to be in my life and wanted to be my friend and love me, I didn't know how to let them in, because I thought for sure that they would push me away and that they would tell me that I was ugly, and I didn't want any of that. So then I came to Bethel, and God started telling me how beautiful I was and how smart I was. But inside, I didn't know if I could believe those truths. I didn't know if I could accept what God was telling me. God was telling me amazing things about myself. He told me that He loved my voice, and that when I sing, He just loves it. He loves hearing my voice, and He loves my eyes. He loves looking at my eyes that He made. But I didn't know if I could believe that. And so because kids back when I was little rejected me, and because I didn't know how to love other people, I started rejecting them, that when I started hearing what God told me, I just had to reject that too. I didn't want to like myself. I didn't know how to like myself at all. And you know what? My stomach really started hurting. You see, here's the thing. Because I ate all the negative stuff, because I ate the lies, it made my stomach start to hurt a lot. And I went to the doctor, and they couldn't find anything wrong with me. But you see, it hurt right here all the time. And my skin started changing colors, and my hair got really, really dry and rough. And I had to sleep all the time. I was tired all the time. But the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with me. And one day, God told my mom that she should look at my liver. So we went to the doctor and said, "Hey, you should check out my liver." And they went and looked at it, and they told me, "Your liver is attacking itself. Your liver doesn't like itself." And they told me that I couldn't come back to school. I couldn't go back to Bethel because I had to go to Portland and get testing done. And when they told me this, I just got really sad, because I felt like God told me I should come back to school. So I went to this different doctor, and she told me that I needed to start loving myself, and that I needed to start believing what God told me about myself, and that I needed to start loving my body and giving it the right stuff that it needs. So I was put on a special diet where I had to eat only God's foods. So the doctor told me that I had to start finding new ways to let my feelings out. So I had to find people like my mom or my roommates or my pastor, and I had to tell them what was bothering me, so that someone could know and so I could get it out. And then I even got a journal to write it down, what was going on in my days, and to write down what God thought of me. So there was a process of me giving my body what it needed, and me asking God what He thought of me. So then at Christmas time, I went back to the doctor, and they did the tests again. And do you know what they told me? They told me that I was healed, that my body was completely normal, that it was back to normal, and that my body loved itself, and that it didn't hate itself anymore. And at the same time, I started realizing how much I love myself and how much God loves me. And I started believing it because God just loves me so much that how could I believe those lies? And you know what? I don't believe those lies anymore. And I believe that I'm beautiful, and I believe that I'm smart, and I believe that people love me because I love me. And so I just wanted to let you know the lesson that I just learned. This was the most important lesson of my life, because if I hadn't learned it, I could have died. This was so important that I'm alive now. I can be who God made me to be. I was able to give it to God. And I think you should too. So thanks for listening. Isn't God good?